Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 9, Book 92, number 397. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. The Prophet came out after the sun had declined and offered the Zuhr prayer, in congregation. After finishing it with Taslim, he stood on the pulpit and mentioned the hour and mentioned there would happen great events before it. Then he said, "Whoever wants to ask me any question, may do so, for by Allah, you will not ask me about anything but I will inform you of its answer as long as I am at this place of mine." On this, the answer wept violently, and Allah's apostle kept on saying, "Ask me." Then a man got up and asked, "Where will my entrance be, O Allah's apostle?" The Prophet said, "You will go to the fire." Then Abdullah bin Hudhaifa got up and asked, "Who is my father, O Allah's apostle?" The Prophet replied, "Your father is Hudhaifa." The Prophet then kept on saying, angrily, "Ask me. Ask me." Umar then knelt on his knees and said, "We have accepted Allah as our Lord and Islam as our religion and Muhammad as an apostle." Allah's apostle became quiet when Umar said that. Then Allah's apostle said, "By him in whose hand my life is, paradise and hell were displayed before me across this wall while I was praying, and I never saw such good and evil as I have seen today." Volume 9, Book 92, number 398. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. A man said, "O Allah's Prophet, who is my father?" The Prophet said, "Your father is so and so." And then the divine verse, "O you who believe, ask not questions about things." 5.101. Volume 9, Book 92, number 399. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. Allah's apostle said, "People will not stop asking questions till they say, 'This is Allah, the creator of everything,' then who created Allah?" Volume 9, Book 92, number 400. Narrated by Ibn Masud. I was with the Prophet at one of the farms of Medina while he was leaning on a date palm leaf stalk. He passed by a group of Jews and some of them said to the other, "Ask him, the Prophet, about the Spirit." Some others said, "Do not ask him, lest he should tell you what you dislike," but they went up to him and said, "O Abul Qasim, inform us about the Spirit." The Prophet stood up for a while, waiting. I realized that he was being divinely inspired, so I kept away from him till the inspiration was over. Then the Prophet said, "O Muhammad, they ask you regarding the Spirit, say, the Spirit its knowledge is with my Lord, i.e., nobody has its knowledge except Allah." 17.85. This is a miracle of the Quran that all the scientists up till now do not know about the Spirit, i.e., how life comes to a body and how it goes away at its death. See Hadith number 245, Volume 6. Volume 9, Book 92, number 401. Narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet wore a gold ring and then the people followed him and wore gold rings too. Then the Prophet said, "I had this golden ring made for myself." He then threw it away and said, "I shall never put it on." Thereupon the people also threw their rings away. Volume 9, Book 92, number 402. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said to his companions, "Do not fast al-Wisal." They said, "But you fast al-Wisail." He said, "I am not like you. for at night my Lord feeds me and makes me drink." But the people did not give up al-Wisl. So the Prophet fasted al-Wisl with them for 2 days or 2 nights, and then they saw the crescent, whereupon the Prophet said, "If the crescent had delayed, I would have continued fasting, because of you," as if he wanted to vanquish them completely, because they had refused to give up al-Wisl. Volume 9, Book 92, number 403. Narrated by Ibrahim at-Tamim's father. Ali addressed us while he was standing on a brick pulpit and carrying a sword from which was hanging a scroll. He said, "By Allah, we have no book to read except Allah's book and whatever is on this scroll." And then he unrolled it, and behold, in it was written what sort of camels were to be given as blood money, and there was also written in it, "Medina is a sanctuary form, air, mountain, to sich and such place, so whoever innovates in it an heresy or commits a sin therein, he will incur the curse of Allah, the angels, and all the people, and Allah will not accept his compulsory or optional good deeds." There was also written in it, "The asylum, pledge of protection, granted by any Muslims is one and the same. Even a Muslim of the lowest status is to be secured and respected by all the other Muslims, and whoever betrays a Muslim in this respect, by violating the pledge, will incur the curse of Allah, the angels, and all the people, and Allah will not accept his compulsory or optional good deeds." There was also written in it, "Whoever, freed slave, befriends, takes as masters, other than his real masters, manumitters, without their permission, will incur the curse of Allah, the angels, and all the people, and Allah will not accept his compulsory or optional good deeds." See Hadith No. 94, Volume 3. Volume 9, Book 92, number 404. Narrated by Aisha. The Prophet did something as it was allowed from the religious point of view, but some people refrained from it. When the Prophet heard of that, he, after glorifying and praising Allah, said, "Why do some people refrain from doing something which I do? By Allah, I know Allah more than they." Volume 9, Book 92, number 405. Narrated by Ibn Abi Mulaika. Once the two righteous men, i.e., Abu Bakr and Umar, were on the verge of destruction, and that was because, when the delegate of Bani Tamim came to the Prophet, one of them, either Abu Bakr or Umar, recommended Al-Aqra bin Habis at-Tamimi al-Hanzali, the brother of Bani Majashi, to be appointed as their chief, while the other recommended somebody else. Abu Bakr said to Umar, "You intended only to oppose me." Umar said, "I did not intend to oppose you." Then their voices grew louder in front of the Prophet, whereupon there was revealed, "O you who believe, do not raise your voices above the voice of the Prophet. A great reward." 49.23, Ibn Az-Zubair said, "Thenceforward when Umar talked to the Prophet, he would talk like one who whispered a secret, and would even fail to make the Prophet hear him, in which case the Prophet would ask him to repeat his words." Volume 9, Book 92, number 406. Narrated by Aisha. The mother of believers, Allah's apostle, during his fatal ailment said, "Order Abu Bakr to lead the people in prayer." I said, "If Abu Bakr stood at your place, in prayers, the people will not be able to hear him because of his weeping, so order Umar to lead the people in prayer." He again said, "Order Abu Bakr to lead the people in prayer." Then I said to Hafsa, "Will you say, to the Prophet, "If Abu Bakr stood at your place, the people will not be able to hear him because of his weeping. So order Umar to lead the people in prayer." Hafsa did so, whereupon Allah's apostle said, "You are like the companions of Joseph." See Quran 12:30-32. Order Abu Bakr to lead the people in prayer. Hafsa then said to me, "I have never received any good from you."